Hello, my name's Tara. I'm an artist and creative coach. What a creative coaching client of mine and I have been discussing, one of her big blocks for years has been publishing. She's now at a point where she's revisiting a concept for a novel series. She's actually engaged an editor. She's terrified of this step. I ended up saying to her in my creative experience is that when that feeling, that scared feeling shows up, it's a really good sign. It's not a nice feeling, but it is a good sign. I think what I've come to see is it's actually a marker that you're on the right track. For me, it literally shows up like I want to vomit. So that's my physical reflex is that I want to be sick. And so for me, that often means I'm on the right track. The reason that's shown up particularly for me is I'm now starting to hopefully share more and more content of what I'm doing behind the scenes in my creative practice and in my creative coaching and teaching life. And I have had that feeling show up where I'm like, ooh, I want to be sick. One of the things I do to push through that is just don't worry about the end result, just do the work. Because I think that's why as creatives we get into what we do. We love the work we do. We've fallen in love with the process. It's that work we want to spend the rest of our lives doing. So this terrifying feeling is often around sharing or letting the world into what you're doing. One of the things I focus on is just the work. And also the other thing is I like to tell myself that, what people think of the end result is actually none of my business. Eventually, we do all have to look at how our work is being received. But especially in the beginning years, I don't think it's any of our business. And actually, the reality is, especially if we are sharing on online platforms, or most people aren't looking. And that's a humbling concept to realize. Most people just aren't. They're not looking. I take some solace in knowing that because I'm like, good, you're not looking. I can get on with the work. And then eventually when people do direct their attention to you, it can then be really exciting when they see this body of work already sitting there. Fear is not proof you're not ready. It's proof you're actually at the edge of growth. Growth doesn't happen in our comfort zone. Well, not all the time. That feeling of scared often shows up right before growth happens. And the other thing is, if it matters, it'll probably feel vulnerable. Anyway, if this conversation is something you found interesting, like and follow for more. I'll be sharing more stuff like this here. I also have something you might be interested called my Creativity Cafe. In there, I have a whole bunch of resources for exactly this kind of thing when, this fear shows up and you're not ready to share stuff, how to deal with your inner critic, how to prevent self-sabotage. So if that's something you'd like to sign up to, see the link in my bio. Until next week, this is what I'm working on. Stay happy, stay creative.